Hello everyone, Tina Spalding Trance Channel here again. We are doing lesson 24 of A Course in Miracles today. I will read the text as it appears in the book. I do not perceive my own best interests. In no situation that arises do you realize the outcome that would make you happy. Therefore, you have no guide to appropriate action and no way of judging the result. What you do is determined by your perception of the situation, and that perception is wrong. It is inevitable then that you will not serve your own best interests. Yet they are your only goal in any situation which is correctly perceived. Otherwise, you will not recognize what they are. If you realize that you do not perceive your own best interests, you could be taught what they are. But in the presence of your conviction that you do know what they are, you cannot learn. The idea for today is a step towards opening your mind so that learning can begin. The exercises for today require much more honesty than you are accustomed to using. A few subjects honestly and carefully considered in each of the 5 practice periods which should be undertaken today will be more helpful than a mere cursory examination of a large number. 2 minutes are suggested for each of the mind-searching periods which the exercises involve. The practice periods should begin with repeating today's idea, followed by searching the mind with closed eyes for unresolved situations about which you are currently concerned. The emphasis should be on uncovering the outcome you want. You will quickly realize that you have a number of goals in mind as part of the desired outcome, and also that these goals are on different levels and often conflict. In applying the idea for today, name each situation that occurs to you and then enumerate carefully as many goals as possible that you would like to be met in this resolution. The form of each application should be roughly as follows. In the situation involving blank, I would like blank to happen and blank to happen. And so on. Try to cover as many different kinds of outcomes as may honestly occur to you. Even if some of them do not appear to be directly related to the situation or even to be inherent in it at all. If these exercises are done properly, you will quickly recognize that you are making a large number of demands of the situation which have nothing to do with it. You will also recognize that many of our goals are contradictory, that you have no unified outcome in mind, and that you must experience disappointment in connection with some of your goals, however the situation turns out. After covering the list of as many hoped-for goals as possible, for each unresolved situation that crosses your mind, say to yourself, I do not perceive my own best interests in this situation, and go on to the next one. So that is lesson number 24. And I do want to say at this point that it's very important, I think, that you do purchase the text of A Course in Miracles and the workbook. Depending solely on these videos is going to hook you into your computer all day. It's going to hook you into electrical systems all day. Buy the book, have it in your bag with you wherever you go. And if you sit down at a restaurant or a coffee shop while you're waiting, instead of scrolling through the phone, open the book and read a paragraph, and that will serve you very, very well. Okay. Lesson 24, I do not perceive my own best interests. Let's see what Jesus has to say here. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. And this is how you get yourself into a lot of trouble, is this conviction that you know what is going to make you happy. But we draw your attention again to the many, many conditioning processes that you have been through in your society. For example, Your car manufacturers have spent inordinate amounts of money advertising very sexy cars in very sexy locations being driven by very sexy people. If you are feeling bored, or if you are feeling unattractive, or if you are feeling lonely, the multitude of car advertisements that you have stockpiled in your memory, they are not in your conscious memory, but they are there, will rise to the surface as a solution for your feelings. Marketing is very, very well done in your society, and this is one of the great burdens that you as trained consumers in this society are facing. Now, we are speaking in A Course in Miracles about profound spiritual principles, but there are practical demonstrations every day of ordinary things and ordinary situations that use and apply these principles. So, for example, you can look again at your diets. You are constantly bombarded with commercials for food-like products. We will not even call them food. Let's say a pizza, for example, those ads with the big strings of cheese and the happy people drinking Coke and scarfing down pizza. When you are hungry, those several thousand images that have coursed through your consciousness are going to rise to the top. It is not going to be a bowl of organic blueberries that comes to mind for you to eat, because you are making the cake of your day from the ingredients that you have in your consciousness. And that means what you have allowed in. You are sitting on your couch watching the programs programming you, and you are voluntarily using your free will to allow that commercial into your mind. You are complicit in contaminating the ingredients for the cake that you are going to make today. So we want you to know that this is where a lot of your inability to determine your own best interests is coming from, and the interventions that you are feeling coming from Spirit these days, the many channelers, the many messaging programs about transforming your mind and about turning towards love, are being amplified because we have to call you back from the precipice of the intense mental and emotional manipulation that you are subject to in your society. So know that it is going to take some time for us to turn your mind around, to eliminate, to get you to reprogram yourself. And once again, we ask for your patience in this process. The marketers and the corporations who have trained you, the churches that have trained you, the schools that have trained you, have been exceedingly patient, exceedingly determined, and have spent a lot of money to get you where they want you to be. You must now become exceedingly determined. You don't need to spend a lot of money, any money in fact. You must, however, now become as determined as they have been. And so we are not asking you to judge them. We are not asking you to hate them. We are saying they are clever, and they have used these very principles against you. Now it is time to turn from their food to our nutritious plan of healing your mind. Let us not look out there anymore. Let us turn those programs off, and let us return back to the simple clarification process here, and get out in nature as much as you can, read some good books, do some creative projects, connect with your family and friends in loving ways, and begin the reclamation process of taking back your free will. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and it is a very important thing for you to do this year. The shenanigans and games and chaos that you are going to begin to witness out in the world will upset you if you are seeking peace out there. You are not going to find it out there. It is the end result of a lot of negative programming and a lot of fearful minds. So come back to me, come back to peace, come back to love a few times each day today, and demonstrate your determination to have a peaceful mind. We will speak to you again tomorrow. Okay. Thank you for joining us, and I'm going to take my dog for a walk now. Bye.